Alright, I should be back live now. Not sure what caused my little meltdown there, but something bumped my stream offline. Not sure what. It may have timed out, but I'm not 100% sure of that either. So back to where we left off. Multiple tornado warnings in the state of Ohio. Up and down the Ohio-Indiana border from near the Lima area all the way down to near Hamilton, Ohio. These storms are starting to line up. We have a tornado warning now. I believe that is Adams County maybe, or Brown County. I think what it was is I picked up an update on my radar app at just the wrong time and it kicked everything out. I think that's what happened. So we're back online now. This is Adams County, Ohio, Lewis County, Kentucky, tornado warning. This is, I believe it's radar indicated, yes. Quarter size hail, radar indicated. Adams County, Ohio, on the Ohio River. We have a tornado warning. We have numerous tornado warnings over here in west and southwestern Ohio. These storms are heading east. Middletown, Hamilton, Springboro, Kettering, Dayton, Lebanon, Wilmington, maybe even Xenia. Xenia knows tornadoes all too well. Fairborn. I'll be on the lookout over the next hour or so. Get ready. Get ready. K8 AME, my live stream's back up and running, and man, it just keeps getting worse. The tornadoes are piling up. I'll be listening to K8 AME as they all cross the Indiana-Ohio state line. Yeah, Waynesfield, Russell's Point, oh, Indian Lake. Here we go, Indian Lake, Russell's Point, Lakeview. This isn't good. Okay. Getting back to it. Radar indicated tornado, 3/4 inch hail. That's what happened. My radar app did updates right in the middle of severe weather. They're going to hear about that. Kicked me out. Logan County, Auglaize County, west central Ohio. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Wapakoneta, moving east at 25 miles an hour. This is a slow mover. So if this puts down a tornado, it's going to be around for a little bit. So take cover now. Move to a basement, interior room, lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows if you are outdoors. In a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter. Substantial keyword there. And protect yourself from flying debris, because it could get ugly in a hurry. These things have been really ramping up here in the last couple of hours. Far northwest Ohio. This is North Baltimore, Fostoria area, south of Bowling Green, just north of Findlay. Strong rotation on radar. Get to your safe spot. North Philadelphia, North Baltimore, Bloomdale, Fostoria. It's coming. Okay, potential tornado right there. And right now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tornado warnings in the state of Ohio. There are 7 tornado warnings in the state of Ohio right now. KE8AME. So this one is radar indicated. Damage threat is considerable. This is a PDS, particularly dangerous situation with this tornado warning near Oxford, Ohio. Take cover. This is a PDS, potentially dangerous situation. Right now, this tornado is getting ready. It's probably on the ground. Is getting ready just in the next few minutes right here to cross the Ohio-Indiana border, which is right along here, and will move right in this direction. So everybody in this whole area right here, take cover. It's coming. This could be an ugly one. I don't know what happened there with my marker, but it went a little crazy. So here we go. Here we go. At least 7 tornado warnings in the state of Ohio right now as we speak. But this one back here will likely be eliminated. This is an observed tornado warning. This will be gone in 11 minutes. This tornado warning in front of it is the extension. Well, it shows it expires in 11 minutes as well. But if we take a close look at it right here, we have a pretty strong indication of some rotation here. This is pretty far away from the radar site, so a clear indication is not going to happen from that distance. And again, it's radar indicated on this side, but this side over here, it was an observed tornado. And I'd say if it put down one once, be ready. Fostoria, everybody in this area, take cover. This thing could recycle and produce another tornado. Wapakoneta, up here in the Indian Lake area. Over here, I know these guys all know tornadoes all too well up in here. They've been hit already earlier this spring, so they know what to do. Take cover, get out of the area, This is a bad spot in the radar. It's a radar hole. Can't see any real rotation in there because of the lack of radar coverage. I could try to find a closer radar site such as this one. Might be better. Not really. Not really. Let's try the Cleveland radar. See if we can get a better view from the Cleveland radar. Not really. You got a radar hole right there in a place that likes to get tornadoes a lot. So, anyway, Piqua, Ohio down here. Let's get the Wilmington radar site back up. We can see these guys pretty well. There could very well be a lot of rotation in this area right here. We'll have to look at the reflectivity, Piqua, this whole area right here. You guys all take cover, man. Tornado warning. This is observed. This is a confirmed tornado on the ground in the Piqua area. But this warning expires in 8 minutes. Let's just hang in there and see if they don't extend it. Get back over here to the velocity, and yeah, there could be something going on here. There could be something up here a little bit, but this right here is the most likely area for right in the Piqua area. I just observed tornado. I hope it's not on the ground. These down here are absolutely insane. Camden, take cover. This is kind of odd. Maybe two areas of rotation right here almost beside each other, and not more than about 10 miles from this storm down here, just west of Oxford, Ohio, 5-6 miles. Radar indicated. Let's go. Still got flood warnings down here too, flash flood warnings in this whole area. Let's go back down here to southern Ohio. We still have this tornado warning in Adams County. It expires in 7 minutes. And it still looks like it's got a decent little couplet right here. This may get extended on out, but they did put a severe thunder, it expires in 6 minutes, so they may extend this tornado warning right on out through here a little bit any second now. We'll have to keep an eye on that. I really wish they hadn't knocked me offline with a stupid software update. Stupid software update knocked me offline, but I got it back. Ain't got nobody watching now. That pisses me off.
Kind of cold outside.
Cold.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Up near Wapakoneta. Piqua. Oh, we got a couple of the Piqua. Just below Piqua. I was talking about that one a little bit ago. Yes, it's there. It is there. Let's see if this base velocity will show us anything. Right there. Right there. That's what's left of it. This may be still trying to spin up. Right along the bottom edge of the tornado warning. A lot of the time that happens. I think they put these tornado warnings kind of off a little bit from where the actual tornado is. This right here's got crazy rotation over here by Oxford, Ohio. Oxford, Ohio, get in your safe spot. Oh my gosh. Oxford, Ohio could be getting slammed. There is a university right there. Oxford's a little college town. Miami University. Miami of Ohio. Right out there on the east edge of town. So, everybody out there in Oxford, be safe. Looks like more rotation right there. Just southwest of Camden, Ohio. That's not a tornado warning as of right now, but there's rotation there and it could become a tornado warning anytime. They've dropped the one tornado warning for that cell. Let's go back to reflectivity. It's still showing rotation even though it's weakened. This one up here is starting to show some signs of Brookville, but of getting stronger. And we need to get back on the 1 week radar. Yeah. More big thunderstorms back here in Indiana yet. This line is going to start to lay down kind of flatten out east to west here as we move along through the evening, and the top end of this is going to stretch way out here and the back end is going to lay down through here. We're gonna see something kind of like this a little later. We're going to see this line here that exists now is going to look more like this. Here in the next couple of 3 hours. So again, we got a we got a tornado watch until 1 a.m. and I'm going to stay on until the last of the tornado warnings go away. There is now a tornado warning down here at Louisville, Kentucky, just west of Louisville. Radar indicated 3/4 inch hail expires in 31 minutes. So Louisville, Kentucky, be on the lookout. Tornado just west of you out of I-64. Back up here to Ohio. We've now lost the tornado warning down here in Adams County. That storm has slipped over into Scioto County. Let's look at the velocity. Yeah, it's still got some rotation, but it is really broadened out. This broad rotation. This one here, though, just across the river, southwest of Portsmouth in Kentucky, now has a really strong couplet. This is what you call a tornado couplet. I gotta get a different color here. Get a different color. This little area right here with that yellow, red, and green all come together is a pretty good tight couplet. This storm right here could very well get a tornado warning any minute. Again, just a little bit southwest of Portsmouth, Ohio, across the river in Kentucky. So that is one to keep an eye on. Let's get back to the reflectivity. Tornado warning there along the Ohio-Indiana border, and for some reason we're not seeing any more tornado warnings up here. These tornado warnings have all been dropped. Just a few minutes ago there were 7 tornado warnings in the state of Ohio, and all of a sudden there's one. There's a new one down here north of Louisville, Kentucky now, as well as the one west of Louisville, Kentucky. New tornado warning. New tornado warning here in southwest Ohio. Let's see what we got. Radar indicated 1-inch hail, expires in 28 minutes. Let's read the information. Central Butler County until 9:45. At 9:17 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Oxford, moving east at 30 miles per hour. And we knew that. Tornado and quarter-sized hail is the hazards. Radar indicated rotation. Impact locations will be Hamilton, Fairfield, Oxford, Trenton, 7 Mile, Williamsdale, Dartown, New Miami, Millville, Somerville, Jacksonburg, Collinsville, Mousetown, McGongle. Okay, we got a couple of strange names there. And Beckett Ridge, all in southeast Ohio there. Southwest Ohio, I'm sorry. Take cover. Just take cover. Radar indicated possible tornado. Let's look at it on velocity. Yes, we got a flash flood warning out in that same area as well. So this storm still has extensive rotation. Not so much as the couplet that it had just a little bit ago as it was entering the area here on the lower side of this. It had a really strong couplet, now it don't, so it may be weakening some. Don't let that fool you though. These things can recycle, can reproduce a new tornado down the road a few miles. They can recycle in a matter of minutes. There's still rotation with this other storm over here by Camden as well. It had a warning earlier, and they've let that expire. We still have severe thunderstorm warnings back across southeast and south central Indiana. There's some strong storms over there, really strong storms over there. So looking on up the line for more rotation in some of these storms. There's still a little bit in here west of Kenton and north of Indian Lake. Indian Lake don't need any more tornadoes. Russell's Point, Lakeview. This doesn't look real good here either. Just east of Piqua, there's quite a bit of rotation in here. This only has a special weather statement right now, but keep an eye on it. This one here had a PDS confirmed tornado on the ground a little earlier when it was closer to the Indiana state line. And again, these things can recycle, they can come back. Sometimes it can be 20 minutes, half hour, an hour. Sometimes it can be 5 minutes. Okay. It looks like we got a new subscriber. Thank you for subscribing, Michael. And Kendra is in there. And we need to take a look around here. This is the velocity radar. This is wind velocity. New tornado warnings. We do have 2 more new tornado warnings on the map. We just talked about this one a few minutes ago, as this monster area of rotation now is past Oxford, Ohio. It's still radar indicated. I believe back here, let me look. No, it's radar indicated. One of these tornadoes was confirmed. One of these warnings was a confirmed tornado on the ground. Now we have one back over here in Greensburg, in the Greensburg, Indiana area. This is pretty strong bit of rotation right here. There could be a tornado in this here, or maybe here. It looks like right here would be a pretty likely spot. This up here too. That light blue's too light. Switch that. Some little bugger. There we go. We can see that. We can even see it on the black. But 2 areas here and here could potentially produce a tornado or even a multi-vortex. As crazy it's been today, it wouldn't surprise me none if we didn't come up with one like that. They did put out a pretty substantial, there's some rotation showing up right there south of Batesville. We almost got a really good couplet right there. That's one of the better ones, better than some of these others. No warning on it. It has a severe thunderstorm warning though, so we'll watch for that maybe to go with a tornado warning. Again, a couple of tornado warnings in Kentucky down near Louisville, west of and north of town. Earlier there was one in Adams County in southern Ohio. A little bit earlier here, half hour or so ago, we had 7 tornado warnings in the state of Ohio, and now we have 1. Just change, things change just that quick. That did get a tornado warning. The one I was just talking about right here that looked near Batesville, that is now a tornado warned storm. Radar indicated. Thank you, National Weather Service. This is right in here. Good couplet. Good couplet right in there. There could be, very well could be a tornado on the ground already with that. The one that's really interesting is this one. I think this one right here has high potential now to put down a tornado. This is just north of Hamilton. This right here has high potential to put down a tornado. Them guys are worthless. And TV news guys are worthless. They're all off the air already. We got tornado warnings all over the place. This just got warned again. So, places to the west, Trenton, New Miami, Hamilton, you definitely want to keep an eye on this. Again, I've said it earlier, but these tornadoes can do some strange things. A lot of the time they just travel in a relatively straight line, such as, but once in a while they can do silly things like do this, or even loop. It happens. So if you're in that tornado warning area, take cover, be ready. More rotation right here. Right here, just north of this other rotation. This is trying to form a couplet right here. That might get a tornado warning again. That had a tornado warning on it earlier. And this up here had a tornado warning, and now just a special weather statement. I don't really see anything that says tornado potential with that. There's another one up here in the Kenton area earlier. It's getting out of there's still lightning right up in here. There may even be a little rotation showing up in there yet. No warnings up in this part of the state. The warnings that the tornado potential will gradually disappear here throughout the evening, kind of layers at a time. It's kind of going up here. Earlier there were monster tornadoes, tornado emergencies over here in northern Indiana and southern Michigan. Huge tornadoes on the ground. But now the tornado potential will gradually go away from north to south and also from west to east, such as we'll pinch this all off and down, and like I said earlier, I don't know why that silly thing wants to do that. Let's go back to the reflectivity. I'm saying it's already starting to do what I thought it would do, what I was talking about earlier. I may have been offline, so I'm going to do this again because I lost my stream there earlier due to a software update. Thank you, software operators. You guys have been not very thoughtful. But right now, these storms stretch right down through here. And what's going to happen is, and it's already taking place, is this line down here at this end is going to just maybe slowly drift a little bit to the southeast. And this is all going to flatten out like this. There's not going to be such a pronounced curve. It's going to flatten out. This top end up here is going to get further out ahead. It's moving a little faster than this down here. These up here are moving 40, 45 miles an hour to where most of this down here. I've seen some of these storms only moving 20, 25 mile per hour, or in some cases, most around 30 or 35 miles an hour. So this end of the line's moving slow. This end of the top end of the line up here is moving a bit faster. So it's going to just, throughout the night, stretch itself completely out. And the flatter that gets, the lower the potential for tornadoes will get. And do we have, it looks like we have another new one over here, or did I already see that? Let's get rid of this pen, get rid of my marker. Yes, they've extended the one they just put out already. This one's set to expire in 30 minutes. Radar indicated tornado. This tornado is going to be in this area heading east. Let's read the details on this. Franklin County, Ripley County, Dearborn County in Indiana until 10 p.m. And it is moving east at 40 miles an hour. So that one's moving a little faster than some of the others down there. It looks like it's got some serious energy. This is actually headed kinda into the Cincinnati, northern Cincinnati area. Moving 40 miles an hour, or tornado area of the storm is right there. It's moving east southeast, about toward Blue Ash, Ohio. Let's put this in at 40 miles an hour. Calculate. These here are all. That's over 2 million people. 2 million, over 2 million people in the path of that storm. So, just looking at that. Right there, Cincinnati, 51 minutes. Nearly an hour to Cincinnati. I think probably quite going to get into Cincinnati though. And just kind of looking for Blue Ash. It's probably just about at the bottom of the list here. Concord Hills. I didn't quite get Blue Ash in there. There, that's an hour away. So out here to the edge of this is about an hour. Out here on this far edge of this calculation, about an hour out here into the north of Cincinnati area. Get rid of this. And let's go to the velocity again. Ooh. Ooh. We've seen a few of those tonight. That is quite the circulation couplet. Right in there. It all comes to a point here. This is where our tornado circulation is likely to be. Right in there. So I would take this one very seriously. Again, this is probably 20 to 25 miles back west of the Ohio state line in Indiana, headed for Harrison. Small town of Harrison right there on the state line. Ohio, Bright, Dover, all these small towns, St. Leon, New Trenton, Lawrenceville, Bentown, Sumner, little tiny towns. You guys in Sumner ought to be in your storm shelters or basements. Yeah. Here's our circulation. Here's our tornadoes right here. Radar indicated. Let's take a look at this again. EAS activation requested. I would say take this one very seriously, even though it's radar indicated. Take this storm very seriously over here in southeast Indiana, as well as southwest Ohio. Areas really just north of Cincinnati, and along south of Hamilton. This tornado warning is still ongoing. That's got some crazy circulation in it. Probably got a crazy mesocyclone in that supercell. And this is really weird. We've got winds trying to come together here and here and trying to circulate on both of these. That is a weird setup. One of these is going to win out and produce a big tornado. They've kind of split apart now. I think this one here is going to be the winner down here on the south side. I think this one's going to give up the ghost up here. This one's going to be the this is going to be the big winner right here. This is radar indicated. Yeah, this all looked different a while ago until this software decided to do an update. When it did its update, it took me offline and I had to restart the stream, so sorry about that, but I couldn't help it. Okay, another new subscriber. Thank you for subscribing. Rose Trick Shots. Nice. Sounds like a billiards player. Trick shots. Crazy day, crazy day. We have a new tornado warning. A little tornado warning. Radar indicated. Quarter size hail, 1 inch. Let's look at this. Central Champaign County and southeastern Logan County. Take cover. Take cover. This is a radar indicated tornado. However, we just don't know when these things are going to put a tornado on the ground. Let's get over here and take it. Oh, this is pretty clear. This is pretty clear rotation right here. Look out. Right there. You can't miss that. And this is just west of Urbana. Urbana, take cover. Come on, Urbana. Urbana's a great little town. You guys take cover out there. This is just this might be just outside of the warning area, but take cover. Westville, same thing. You might be just outside of the warning area, but take cover. That is a very, very potentially a good tornado mixture of ingredients to put one on the ground there too. I think Wapakoneta and these places up in here, Kenton, I think you guys are all pretty much out of the woods now. I think that tornado soup potential is starting to go pretty much away right up along here. I don't think we're going to have anything going on up in these areas the rest of the night. So you guys might be able to let your guard down a little bit. And I'll tell you, we got some stuff going on again up in Wisconsin. Let's go up here and take a look at this. You guys up in Wisconsin? I haven't been paying much attention to you here because of the tornadoes in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky, but tell you what, you got some potential up here on a couple of different cells. And hey, take cover. Some severe thunderstorm warnings in there as well. These look like leading edge QLC type tornadoes, quantitative linear convective cyclones. I'm trying to get my reflectivity back up. So yeah, that's probably what we've got going here. Right here's possibly a leading edge tornado vortex right in here. Maybe another one here. Maybe another one here. hard to tell. Those things hide. They really do. They hide in there and they embed themselves. Here's a good one right here. These little dips and dents and stuff in the fronts of these lines can be little spin up tornadoes out there on the leading edge of a linear convective boundary that this thing runs clear all the way back up into the low pressure center. You know, all the preset probably don't, but you never know, it could. There's still some up here going all the way up here. Low pressure center is probably in North Dakota now, I would imagine. What's this? Got another new tornado warning. North of Urbana. This just came in. This was just extended. It's just put out at 9:41. It's 9:42 now. West Liberty moving east at 40 miles an hour. Wow. Yeah, these northern storms are moving faster than the southern storms. Urbana and Cable. Take cover now. Radar indicated. So, kind of what we were looking at earlier here. Urbana, you're on the edge of this thing. Yep, right here. I think the tornado warning should be a little further south than what it is. Not sure what they were thinking there. But the rotation is a little further south than here. Seems to be right in this area here. I think I would have put that tornado warning more like this. Come on, National Weather Service, you're better than that. I know you are. I know you are. In fact, that circulation may have moved clear down here. I think if there's anything going on there, it's outside of the warning box. Come on, National Weather Service. Step it up. Don't let me down. Thought I taught you guys better than that. I know I taught them better than that. I don't know what they're up to. What do you think? So we're back to 2 tornado warnings in Ohio, almost a third one. We've got this one down here north of New Miami, heading into Trenton. There could be something going on here. Potentially. Take cover, everybody. Middletown, Monroe, anybody in this area out here. Take cover. You need to be watching. You need to be watching. You need to subscribe. You need to be watching. Let's get it done. This right here is probably a tornado on the ground. Right here at Dover, Illinois, Indiana. Illinois. Now we're a little ways off from Illinois. I'm going to light a cigarette. I don't care what you guys think. So here we go. That is probably a tornado on the ground. I have no way of telling at this point. The storm chasers disappeared. I don't know where they went. But you think they'd be over here on these storms that are producing tornadoes. They disappeared off the map. I don't know where they went. So, pretty tight couplet right in that area right there. That's some of these winds in here are over 100 miles an hour. That's aloft in the clouds. Okay, the TV news guys came back on. Woo-hoo. I've been blowing their doors off. They can't touch it. They can't touch me. They gave up. We got tornado warnings all over the place. Again, now they've dropped the tornado warning for this one over here at Middletown, Monroe, north of Hamilton. I don't know why. Still got a pretty good, strong area of rotation here and here. Between these, this is a crazy scenario right here. There could be a tornado on this side and a tornado on this side simultaneously. These bright colors, all this green is headed towards the radar, and all this red is headed away from the radar. And what happens when they go past each other? They spin. They're doing it here, and they're trying to do it up here simultaneously. I'd keep an eye on that. I've been keeping an eye on it. But now, we got this monster here. That's getting ready to cross over into Ohio. A little further south than that last one. That's the one that came in near Oxford. Oxford may have got some damage. Okay, so they took my advice and expanded that tornado warning up here to Urbana, widened it out, similar to what I was saying that I would do. There you go. National Weather Service must be watching me. I talk to them a lot down there at Wilmington, so that could be. If you guys down at Wilmington are watching me, hey, thanks. Appreciate it. You guys are all right. Urbana. We got good rotation right here, right in Urbana. Urbana could be getting a tornado right now. This has a decent couplet right in there, and actually a little bit here and a little bit here, just kind of stair stepping into the main area of rotation, which is really this broader area right here. These yellows are upwards of 70 to 80 mile an hour winds, and they're aloft up in the clouds. And these are going away from the radar site. These over here are coming to the radar site, and right here they're bumping heads and starting to get a spin. So there could be at least probably maybe a small tornado here, and maybe something here as well. That can happen. The radar that I'm using is a little more accurate than what a lot of your TV news stations use. A lot of the time their map overlays are not, well, underlays are not laid under the radar signatures on top exactly and precisely. So let's get back down here. So this, I'd still keep a tornado warning on this. You got these brighter greens starting to nudge into this red, and this red's trying to nudge back, and it's even trying to whip back out around here, out around Miltonville and Trenton. This is volatile. This could set down another tornado. I think it's already put one down back here, just south of Oxford. This one right here, this has got to be a tornado on the ground. Still says radar indicated. Expires in 10 minutes, but this rotation has a pretty good couplet right there, and it's pretty thick. I'm kind of afraid that Dover, Indiana back there got hit. This thing is headed right about in that direction. Yeah, trying to get rid of this flood warning thing. But there's flood warnings all around this. There. So they've expanded this again up here. This has gotten stronger. And this is now taking a little bit of a right turn. Let's work on the... Yeah, it's kind of curved around Urbana and dropped. This is got a lot more potential now, and this is headed in the general direction of Mechanicsburg. Anybody out here in this area, take cover. Just take cover. This could get into Unionville Center, Plain City, Dublin, Powell, Worthington, Delaware County area, south of the city of Delaware. If you're not watching, you should be. Get your tails on here. Watch the stream. Give me a thumbs up. Hit the like button. Share. Let's get it out there. Get everybody on the channel that we can. I need all the help I can get. Come on, let's go. We need to take YouTube to a new level. Seriously, tornado warning. Yeah, there's been at least 4 tornado touchdowns in Ohio already tonight. Confirmed. Already. Okay, we're going to stay with it. We're coming up on 10 o'clock, 9:54 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We have, again, multiple tornado warnings in Ohio and Indiana. Now we got a tornado warning for the Cincinnati, North Cincinnati area. This rotation out here is still pretty tight. Right, right in here, coming across the Ohio-Indiana border in a matter of moments. This is generally heading east, maybe a little to the southeast, and there's a lot of people in the way. So let's do this. Let's put the directional finder on here. This thing might be heading right down here. And it's been running at 40 miles an hour. So, at least it was a little earlier. And almost 2 million people in the path of this thing, really. if you include the Cincinnati area. It'll likely miss Cincinnati proper to the north, hit the northern suburbs maybe, but still there's, this is a populated area out here across southern Ohio, southwest Ohio. So extended that tornado warning, and that goes for another 19 minutes. Dearborn County, Hamilton County, Dearborn County in Indiana, Hamilton County in Ohio, Butler County in Ohio, until when? Until when? Where is it at? It says at 9:51, just a few minutes ago. It's located over Bright, which is in Indiana, barely, moving east at 40 miles an hour. Size hail. I-74 in Indiana, I-74 in Ohio, I-75 in Ohio, between mile markers 4 and 9. Radar indicated 1-inch hail. Yeah, we're looking at cloud tops now of over 40,000 feet, approaching 45,000 feet on the. Yeah, we can look at that here. We can look at that here. We can go to 3D. Cloud tops are just incredibly high. These right here, this is at 40,000 feet. These are about 45,000 feet. And we got some of that here and back here too in some of these storms. Incredible updrafts in these storms. When you get those big updrafts, you get big hail, and you also get the big downdrafts that can come down and create microbursts. Also contribute to the formation of tornadoes. It's a lot of fun. So anyway, let's go here. Which one are we on? Oh, let's go back. We're on tilt 1. Let's go to tilt 2. Maybe it'll clean that up a little bit. Got a lot of noise on this radar all of a sudden. We've still got a pretty good amount of rotation on this as it has now crossed over into Ohio. It looks like it has eased a little. Let's go back up here and look at this one. This one seems to have broadened out a little bit too as it's approaching the Mechanicsburg area, Fountain Park, Irwin. This is broadened out quite a bit. Still some high winds in here, crossing one another. Green is headed back towards the radar site, which is south of here in Wilmington. Way down here in Wilmington. And the reds and yellows are headed away from the radar site. And these bright yellows and stuff, we're getting up here into I don't know why, there it is. That's going off the charts up here. You're getting into 80, 90 mile an hour winds up here. I can't even read it. So right there, 70. The darker oranges towards this gold color, you're getting up over 90 miles an hour, and there's a little bit of that in there in some of these areas here. But these greens are starting to get into the blues a little bit, grays. And that's aloft up in the clouds. And these wind shears, these speed differences in these wind shears can create the conditions to form a tornado. So Mechanicsburg, it's almost on your back door. You're not in your safe spot. Get there now. Again, this tornado warned storm could get into the Dublin area. Let's go back to reflectivity. So we got a bit of a hook right here trying to form on this. We got a hail core over here starting to form. This wasn't here a little bit ago. So this is where those really high cloud tops are. This is the core of the storm. That's definitely a supercell style storm. And it is generally headed towards northern Franklin County and southern Delaware County, parts of southern Union County, Marysville. You're going to get the northern edge of it. You're already getting some of it. You're getting some of the rain that's blowed out off the tops. Now, see what else we got. This is all going to be clear up here, as I figured. This is going to diminish. Tornado potential is going to diminish down through here behind this line a great deal. Gotta watch these flash flood warnings out here too in southeast Indiana and southwest Ohio. They keep expanding those little by little. I'm sure there's some flash flooding going on out there at certain locations. There's been a lot of rain in that area. All these storms are starting to flatten out, just like I was predicting. And this right here might be the bottom of this line's last gasp for a tornado right here. It is northwest of Cincinnati. And we're going to look at the velocity. Doesn't look quite as good as it did. Can still have something going on right in there. There is some rotation there. And it's not out of the question that there might be a small tornado in that. Just for the fun of it. It's probably going to be real noisy. But let's go look at the correlation coefficient. Yeah, it's too noisy to really see anything. It's right in that zone. Again, tornado watch until 1 a.m. We're at 10 o'clock now. Here's this other storm. It's got a better couplet. Again, this is recycled. This has recycled just outside of Mechanicsburg. Rosedale, take cover. Mechanicsburg, you should already be in cover. We've got a serious couplet right here, right now. We want to look at the correlation coefficient again. we're not seeing a debris ball or anything right now. We'll check it here in another radar scan. But that is a strong couplet right there. Mechanicsburg. Oh boy. Got some strong winds wrapping into the storm here. Got some more wrapping in back here. We probably got a monster wall cloud right here at Mechanicsburg. Go back to the reflectivity. I'm taking a peek at the TV once in a while. Yeah, right in here. We may have debris in the air right here. This may be a tornado on the ground. I'd be willing to bet that we have a tornado. At least a brief tornado on the ground. Right here, right close to Mechanicsburg. Still got a strong couplet right here. This is pretty crazy right in that area. As it updated, it's still pretty crazy. There's winds in here approaching 100 miles an hour just above the surface. Just up in those low clouds. That's a low base storm. It's definitely a low base storm. Wow. All right. I'm going to stay live, but I'm going to take me a short break. K8AME. Just a quick update. We are still getting tornado warnings in Ohio. We have 2 at the present time. One is just north of Cincinnati. This storm is moving east at about 40 miles an hour. It may have already put down a tornado in Indiana. It's looking pretty nasty still right now in the northern suburbs of Cincinnati. This could be causing damage right now. Can't say for sure whether it's on the ground or not, but also in up here in central Ohio, we have a tornado warning. Mechanicsburg may have just got touched by the edge of a tornado here. There is a very, very strong rotation on radar just to the east now of Mechanicsburg, headed in the general direction of Plain City, Ohio, and Dublin, Ohio, and Hilliard, Ohio. So everybody in northern Madison County and northern Franklin County, southern Delaware County, southern Union County, be on the lookout for this potentially dangerous situation in central Ohio. This is a tornado warning. Radar indicated. I'm looking for them to expand this tornado warning all the way over to close to the Franklin County line any minute, because the current warning expires in 5 minutes. But this thing has very, very, very strong rotation on radar, and it could, if it hasn't already, put a tornado on the ground at any time. KE8AME. New tornado warning down here in Kentucky. This could cross the Ohio River, Greenup, Kentucky, right in that area. There is some rotation in there. It's hard to see on this radar because we're out here on the edge of the radar. Radar's capabilities. Plus, we're in the edge of the axis, and this is the middle axis where the radar kind of stops and goes back and forth and tries to get something out of there. It doesn't work too well, but this will move over into Ohio. This will move over into north of Ironton, Lawrence. I'm not sure what county that is. Brown County, I don't know. No, it's on the other side of Portsmouth. Meigs County, I don't know. But anyway, this tornado warning could potentially cross the river into Ohio, down near the southern tip of the state. So that, along with the other two tornado warnings in the state, we're going to stick with it. Here it goes. They're just up. They're getting ready to put that out into Franklin County. There it is. All the way into the middle of Franklin County, the whole northwest corner of Franklin County, southwest corner of Delaware County, Southern Union, Northern Madison. Yeah, that gets into Madison. You are now under a tornado warning. Tornado warning. Tornado warning. KEAME. The whole northwestern corner of Franklin County, southwestern corner of Delaware County, northern Madison County, southern Union County are all now under a tornado warning. This tornado warning includes Plain City, Hilliard, Dublin, Worthington, Upper Arlington, Grandview Heights, almost into the downtown area of Columbus, and points northward. Powell would be in that, Shawnee Hills, Jerome, New California, Arnold, Unionville Center is in that. Everybody in this area, please take cover now. This is a potentially dangerous situation. This has a very strong couplet on it. It is radar indicated. It has not been confirmed as a touchdown. However, with this kind of a radar signature, this very well could be on the ground now, or could be soon put a tornado down at any second. This is a very tight rotation, very powerful rotation, and it's headed right into the north end of Columbus, right directly into the north end of Columbus. Probably pass through the south side of Dublin, and between Dublin and Hilliard, really. So everybody take cover, be ready. This is a serious situation. Some of these tornadoes have been very strong today, and there's been quite a few confirmed tornado touchdowns already. So don't take any chances. Also, the tornado warning in southeast Ohio has been dropped, the one north of Cincinnati, but we have yet another new tornado warning, and this will include the village of Morrow and maybe Clarksville. This is all west of Wilmington, bringing up details right now. East Central Warren County. East Central Warren County has a tornado warning. And again, it is radar indicated, I think. Yes, radar indicated. So, Warren County, there is a pretty good couplet on radar with this one too. In fact, there's two now, and there's a second tornado warning has just been put out on the northern edge of the first one. That would be for northern Warren County, I believe. East Central, yep. That's for Warren County as well. So two possible tornadoes in Warren County almost simultaneously. Tornado warnings almost simultaneously issued. This is getting crazy out here, guys. It ain't over yet. KE8AME. Don't let your guard down yet. It's getting crazy. Northern parts of Franklin County, Madison County, southern Delaware, southern Union, all under tornado warnings. These are moving into central Ohio now as we speak. Warren County, west of Wilmington. Double tornado warnings. Two different areas of rotation, only miles apart, showing up clearly on radar. If you're watching on the screen, this is the Warren County rotations here and here, even potentially really here. So pay attention, get ready. This stuff's all going to move into central Ohio over the next few hours. Actually, not even a few hours, shorter than that. We've already got this monster right here. This could be very dangerous. It's still showing radar indicated. But some of these winds in here are well over 100 miles an hour up just off the surface, while the other winds coming from the other direction are under 100 miles an hour. Mixing it up right in this area. There's a very good chance this storm could put a tornado down at any moment if it hasn't already. I haven't heard any reports yet of a tornado actually touching down from this particular system. Earlier today, it did touch down on over near the Indiana border. It did have a tornado touchdown. So this has been a pretty active storm cell all afternoon, all evening, and now it's blasting into central Ohio with a vengeance. Let's go over to the reflectivity again for a minute. Yeah, this is got quite a hell cord just north of Unionville Center up here, and all this area down in here there could be a tornado in any of this area right here. And it is headed in the general direction of Dublin to Hilliard. It may pass through between the two cities, maybe catching just south of Plain City. Any which way it goes, let's see how fast this thing's moving. It is moving east at 40 miles an hour. So if we do this right from where we go east, and we put 40 miles per hour in here and calculate, there's 72,000 people in the path of that storm right there. So Hayden in 13 minutes, Amlin in 14, Hilliard in 16, Upper Arlington in 23, Linworth in 24 minutes, Rivalia 26 minutes, and you can knock a couple of minutes off of that now because the radar just updated and it moved further forward. It looks like a new cell is trying to develop just ahead of it. Just east of 42. The tornadic area is just west of 42, southwest of Plain City. So we might be running into a little luck with this system if this new, I want to turn that off, if this new area of rain right here pops up and strengthens enough, it could actually rob energy from this area of rotation back here. So we're going to go back over to the velocity radar and see what it looks like. And man, it looks like the rotation is trying to slip its way a little bit further north. It's trying to get around this and up here now. Yes. Plain City. Take cover. Especially if you're seeing and hearing the incredible noise these things can make. I'll tell you, this right here is looking pretty impressive right now, little area there. I'm going to go to the correlation coefficient radar again to see if there may be any debris. Not really seeing anything that says debris. We should get lots of blue, dark blues and stuff over in here. If ever, this thing may not have put down a tornado yet. But I tell you, from the looks of this, it could at any moment. Be ready. Be ready. Hey, you guys. I see somebody's watching out there. What's going on? We're going to keep an eye on this one. We're going to jump down here for a moment and take a look at these other two. Now we've got Wilmington is now, this is an observed tornado on the ground west of Wilmington, northwestern Clinton County, in southwestern Ohio. At 10:23 p.m. a tornado-producing storm was located near Morrow, moving northeast at 25 miles an hour. That's slow. That is a slow-moving tornado. That'll take time to destroy whatever it parks on top of. The radar shows tornado debris in the air. So, locations impacted: Wilmington, Clarksville, Cuba, Ogden, Oakland, Kingman, Interstate 71 at US Route 68, Cohen Lake State Park, and Burtonville. This includes I-71 in Ohio between mile markers 43 and 53. Whew, 10-mile stretch there. I wouldn't want to be on that interstate. That is not a good place to be during a tornado. This has been an observed tornado on the ground. It's too close to the radar site to really get a good indication of rotation. As it's approaching Wilmington, where the radar site is, difficult to see. There's actually 3 different tornado warning boxes in this area. let's go back to the reflectivity radar so we can get a better. Ooh, quite a storm here. So there's probably a good location. It's right in this notch. Clarksville may have already seen it. We're seeing the worst of it now. Wilmington, all you guys out here, take cover. Observe tornado on the ground. On the ground, observe tornado. Keep an eye on that, because now that'll move into parts of central Ohio here in a little while. That is kind of headed in a somewhat of a direction of Washington Courthouse, between Washington Courthouse and Greenfield, and from there on over into Ross and Pickaway counties. We're going to keep an eye on that. That is central Ohio bound, just like this one up here. It's moving up into the actual storm is now into the Dublin area and Hilliard areas. Powell, Jerome, Plain City. Let's look at the velocity radar. Oh my gosh. If that's not a tornado on the ground, I'll eat my hat. That is tight. Tight rotation. Okay, folks, don't go away. I'll be right back. I gotta make a quick break. I gotta get something cold to drink so I can keep going. All right. This is now moving into the Hilliard area. Hilliard, Dublin. Hilliard, Dublin. Serious situation. Potential tornado. Hilliard, Dublin area. Franklin County. Stand by. That's still radar indicated. I'm going to pop down here to the one near Wilmington if it'll let me. Now there's more tornado warnings down here. There is another tornado warning down here. Radar indicated. Well, southwestern Clinton County until 11 p.m. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Blanchester, moving east at 25 miles an hour. These are moving slow. These are moving very slow down here in the Wilmington area. Right now, this evening, that is where the National Weather Service office for a large part of Ohio is located. Most of central Ohio is covered by the Wilmington office. These tornadoes are drifting east-northeast at 25 miles per hour. Well, we don't know if there's actual tornadoes on the ground, but there's radar indicated tornadoes. It's kind of hard to see on some of these, but this one right here, we can make out some pretty good circulation happening right there, and maybe here too. But the big one back up here in the Columbus area, oh my, this is insane. This is still just radar indicated. Correlation coefficient now has debris. We have debris west of Hilliard, just west of Hilliard, just into the edge of Madison County. We have debris on radar. We may have a tornado on the ground west of Hilliard. I'm telling you folks, in Hilliard, Dublin, Upper Arlington, west parts of Columbus, take cover, man. I'm telling you, take cover. This thing is ugly. This thing is ugly. This could be producing a tornado on the ground at any moment. It may have already touched down. We have a donut hole in the velocity radar right here west of Hilliard. Maybe there is some debris in the air blocking the velocity radar from returning a signal. Oh, there's a little bit of a donut hole here in the rain too. Oh boy. Just take cover, people. Just take cover. Hail core, north of Dublin. Northeast corner of Franklin County into the southwest corner of Delaware County is a hail core. Also, we got hail over near the Worthington area, it looks like. Don't let your guard down across the entire north end of Columbus and southern Delaware County. All of northern Franklin County now. Keep your guard up. If you're north of I-70, keep an eye on this. All the way out through, really into Licking County, you might want to keep an eye on this too. Because this has been a long-running, powerful storm that seems to refuse to give up. This thing's been going since, well, I believe it. They pared back the tornado warning back to about the Franklin County line back here, which is expected. Let's look at the velocity now, because there's your nose, there's your for them to extend this tornado warning on across Columbus, Gahanna, Westerville, New Albany, Reynoldsburg will probably end up in it. Bexley, Whitehall. Um, That'll mostly stay north of I-70 for now, but it looks like it's trying to drift a little bit further to the south. I tell you, if you're in Hilliard, take cover, man. Take cover if you're in Hilliard. If you're in Upper Arlington, anywhere over here in this area of the northwest part of Columbus, take cover. Outside 270, inside 270, the whole area is at risk of getting a tornado touching down. This is pretty wild looking. This is rotation coming all the way back around like that. And if there were a tornado, it would be right out on the tip of this. And now that has slipped a little further to the east. On the latest scan, it's still there though. It's still there. This is all still here. Tornado warning. Northeastern Franklin County. You're under the gun. I'm going to jump back down here to the Wilmington area tornadoes again real quick. Tornado warnings. We've lost a couple of those. There was 4 a few minutes ago. We're down to the 2. Wilmington City, you are included. And south of Wilmington City, another area of rotation. We've got 2 areas pretty clear right here. We could have some kind of small EF0, EF1 tornado in these areas, potentially. There, they just moved east too. So this one is observed now. This is official. This is a tornado on the ground near Wilmington, Clinton County. So they've been picking up debris on radar there, as well as somebody has observed the Clinton County storm. This one here is still radar indicated in southern Clinton County. I believe that's in. Back here we have a severe thunderstorm warning now that is tagged tornado possible. And I'm not seeing any rotation back in here really to speak of. So there's just all kinds of potential in these storms tonight. You just don't know when or where a tornado is going to drop from the sky. There, they just expanded the tornado warning, like I thought, all the way across North Columbus into Licking County. So everybody north of I-70 all the way out to Etna, Pataskala, Jersey, Johnstown, New Albany, Westerville, Worthington, Gahanna, East Columbus, Bexley, Whitehall, northern parts of Bexley and northern parts of Whitehall are included in this. The John Glenn Columbus International Airport is included in this tornado warning. Take cover north side of Columbus. Look at this rotation. Look at this. I am surprised I have not heard. We got winds wrapping around this and then wrapping back in here like this. You got to take cover. I mean, you just got to take cover. You don't see circulation like this very often in Ohio. This could put a tornado, if it hasn't already, this could put a tornado down at any minute. So Franklin, southern Delaware, northern Franklin, southern Delaware, and that would be parts of eastern Licking County. A good chunk of eastern Licking County is now under a tornado warning. Again, Gahanna, the Columbus Airport, even all the way out to Etna, Pataskala, Jersey, Johnstown, New Albany, Westerville, Worthington, take cover. And still, OSU Airport is right here too. This is the Northwest Columbus Airport is pretty close. Okay, this is looking crazier every minute. We need to look at correlation coefficient radar and see. Here we go again. Other warnings. The warnings keep coming. There may be a little bit of debris with that right there. It may have touched down. That is a severe thunderstorm warning for the southern half of Fayette County and parts of Ross County, and even the southwest corner, very southwest corner of Pickaway County, out ahead of those tornado warnings in the Wilmington area, Clinton County area. That's also into parts of Highland County. So that is a severe thunderstorm warning. Don't take these storms lightly, people. Do not take them lightly. As soon as you do, as soon as you let your guard down, things catch up to you. This does have, I'm going to go over here to reflectivity. The heavy rain is mostly north. The core of the storm is mostly north of the North Outer Belt, from Westerville back to Dublin. The core of the storm, where the possible tornado is down here, south of Dublin, near near the OSU, Ohio State University, Northwest Columbus Airport. And we're going to have to, everything keeps updating, so we've got to keep up with it. Where is the rotation? That hasn't updated just yet. We'll wait a minute for that. Yeah, there it is, right over the airport. Right over OSU Airport, back into the Dublin area. Huge area of rotation here. Well, I still haven't heard any reports of an official touchdown. Has anybody heard anything? Well, I see somebody's about to drive from Circleville to Lancaster. You should be okay. I don't believe we have there's not much of any precipitation between Lancaster and Circleville, Ohio. If you get going, A severe thunderstorm warning being followed by 2 tornado warnings, though, is back in the Wilmington area. And those storms are moving east-northeast, but those storms are moving very slowly, or at least they was. And now it's up to 45 miles an hour. It was moving 25, so you still got probably an hour and a half, hour and a half before they get anywhere near Pickaway County. This is the big story right now, this monster supercell storm, this big hook echo that wraps around the northwest part of Franklin County and has showed major rotation for a couple of hours now. This thing has been going for a while. That looks like the core of the storm, though. Where the hail core is just east of 23, north of Flint Road, and still west of I-71. So that's in between U.S. Route 23 and Interstate 71, north of I-270. Up there along the Franklin County, Delaware County line is right close to there where the core of the storm is. But now, the wall cloud and rotation that we're going to see is out here near OSU Airport. Let's look at velocity radar again. Yes, it's just right in that area. This is where our rotation could be. Right here. In that area. If there were to be a tornado touchdown, it would be right in that area. All right, so still watching it, still keeping an eye on it. It still doesn't look good. Yeah. That northern end of these storms did just exactly what I was predicting earlier tonight. The northern end speeded up, fired off to the west, getting out there just like I said it probably would. And the bottom end of the storm, the line of storms, now there's new storms all the way back across southern Indiana and a tornado warning way back here in southwestern Indiana. So, yeah, it just keeps going. Again, we have a tornado watch until 1 a.m., so I'm going to stick with it here until the tornado threat is gone. And it's really going to start calming down, though, in a little bit. This line, this whole line of storms here is starting to flatten out all the way down through here, kind of like I thought it would. So earlier it was running from out here near Terre Haute, Indiana, and north like that.
severe weather from the storm should impact our area sometime around 11:40 p.m. Kansas, KD8, DCP.
Tornado warnings for down in the Wilmington area have now been taken down. They are no longer there. These storms are moving kind of east-northeast. And looks like they will mostly pass just south of the Washington Courthouse area. Maybe get into Greenfield, Frankfort, over to Kingston. Maybe work their way all the way over into Hawking County. But I think this tornado threat over the next hour or so is going to be greatly diminished as this whole system starts to string out and the line flattens out east to west. But right now we got this monster of a supercell storm, just a monster of a supercell storm up here in northern Franklin and southern Delaware counties, starting to get close to moving into parts of Licking County over here now near Johnstown, and it's going to continue to move east. Let's look at the velocity radar again. It's still maintaining rotation. In fact, it's got rotation deepening in the Westerville area and along I-71 up here. So this thing's going to try to produce a tornado. If this thing holds together and gets over into Licking County over here in the next hour or so, Licking County generally gets a good tornado touchdown. They're usually EF0, EF1, sometimes an EF2. This has potential to put down something maybe a little bigger than that, maybe an EF2 or 3. This is some pretty serious rotation in this storm. I'm really surprised we haven't heard tornado reports, touchdown reports from this storm yet. I have not heard any as of right now. It's been radar indicated for quite some time. I believe it did touch down a tornado way over in western Ohio on the other side of I-75 going towards the Indiana border earlier. It did appear to put down a tornado just west of Urbana. This thing's been coming for a while and has traveled a long way and has not let up in its intensity and rotation and rain and hail and lightning. It's just continued to grind its way across the state of Ohio, now entering halfway across the state of Ohio at this point, still going strong. So just this one supercell storm very heavy rain, exceptionally heavy rain. There's likely going to be flood advisories and or flash flood warnings in parts of Delaware County and parts of Franklin County before this thing gets done. I'm surprised we haven't seen that yet. I can't chat back with you in the chat, people. I had it set up earlier and a software update cut me off. I had to reload everything and start from scratch, and I did not restart my chat on my end. It should be open on your end, but not my end. So feel free to comment in the chat. Let me know you're all still alive and you're not in this storm. Yeah, I'm kind of glancing over at the TV too, because they're showing everything I'm showing, and sometimes showing everything I'm showing. I keep bouncing to these other storms. These guys are pretty focused on this one because it's a tornado warning right in Columbus. I'm looking back again, see the warnings are gone down along the Ohio River here. There was a tornado warning down here in Kentucky about to cross over into Ohio. That is gone. I kind of lost track of that one and it went away. New tornado warning down here in southwestern Indiana is still intact. Presently, radar indicated 1-inch hail, and that tornado warning is set to expire in 18 minutes, but that's pretty far out there on the tail end. Sometimes on the tail end you get a late tornado or two on some of those tail end storms. We call them tail end Charlies. So if we go and get back to the reflectivity where we see the precipitation, this is the northern end of this is really doing what I figured. It's broadening out. There's still some heavy rain and lightning embedded in there. Nothing severe. There's not even any special weather statements for this area up here, but it's broadened out into a bigger area, and this lighter rain out ahead of the main storm is going to cool the air and reduce the potential for real severe weather. Still could get a little something up there, but that line is really starting to flatten out back across into Indiana. Maybe got a few little pop-ups trying to do something again over in Illinois. So, looking at that, I wonder what's going on up here in Wisconsin, if anything. Looks like just a flood warning, probably a flash flood warning. That's about it. A little tour around the rest of the country. That's Canada. We're not going to get into Canada yet right now tonight because we just want to take a quick peek around the country. There is a special weather statement out here in Nebraska. I wonder what that's for. It expires in 1 minute, so probably wasn't gusty winds. They must have had a little pop-up storm or two. Blowing dust. Winds of 50 to 55 miles an hour, areas of blowing dust. Okay, so that's a little different. We don't have dust out here in Ohio like that. So, Kansas, we do. Especially in the spring before crops get going and things like that. Fields are empty. And there's a couple special weather statements over here in parts of Iowa and Illinois. Just a few lingering storms out here in this part of the world. And we got this severe thunderstorm warning here still, reaching over into parts of Fayette County, Highland County, Clinton County back here where Wilmington is, Highland County, Ross County, and the corner of Pickaway County. Let's throw the radar back on it. And it doesn't look like there's really a whole lot to it. There's a lot of noise, a lot of clutter around that radar site again. It's been doing that a lot lately. It's picking up a lot of the humidity in the air and mist, and I'll tell you, it's pretty thick. My weather station's still stuck. It's stuck on stupid, as I like to say. It's not doing anything. Stuck at 63 degrees. That's where it was at like 5 o'clock this morning. Still holding on to that tornado warning from the Dublin area all the way out into Licking County, northern half of Franklin County, mostly north of I-70, east to west. Let's take a look at the velocity radar again. We still have a pretty good bit of rotation wrapping around the front of this thing, and this is now in the Westerville to Gahanna area, northeast Columbus, and Minerva Park is kind of in this. The heavier rain is right up here above I-270, Westerville, on up into Cheshire, Galena. You're all getting some really heavy rain up here. What the green spot came from, but that radar slot didn't pick it up. Maybe it will on the next scan. This is still showing a boatload of rotation. It has broadened out quite a bit now in this area, but this right here is looking a little tighter. Looking a little tighter right in this area. So we're going to keep an eye on this again until it disappears. When the threat of severe weather has gone away, I'm going to bail out, but not until then. I'm going to hang on. It is 11:03 Eastern Daylight Time right now, and we still have severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings across the southern half of Indiana, all the way up through into the Columbus area. They've now pared back this tornado warning to the northeast part of Franklin County and southern Delaware County and western, southeastern Delaware County and west parts of western Licking County, Johnstown, Pataskala, Jersey. Out in Licking County is still in this. New Albany, Minerva Park, Westerville, Gahanna, you're still part of this. So stay in your safe spot if you're up in those areas. We're going to keep an eye on it still. I have not heard or seen any reports of a touchdown from this storm. Normally I would hear it over amateur radio here or scanners or something.
1026 Garfield, 1026 Garfield. Caller advising her the female currently having a seizure. Unable to get any other information. 1026 Garfield, 1026 Garfield Avenue. Female having a seizure. No further information.
looking over here on this other computer on the internet, see if I can find any information at all. But sometimes I can. How about any touchdowns or whatever? This can be a good source.
Just be like, that's cable on public service. He's contacted by the neighbor who finds there were some on lights who had flashlights or around the distance. The neighbor has to be over there offering.
I gotta turn this.
You're in Arkansas, but once again, I think that for the most part we're going to be all right. Once we get closer to noon, and especially after noon tomorrow, we're going to see the warm front here really start to light up with a lot of convection in Tennessee up into Missouri. All right, and we're going to see a really big uptick in storms forming along that warm front and sliding north of it, and just becoming big rainmakers throughout the day tomorrow. So we're going to probably see a lot of flash flooding problems in Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee. But when those storms first pop up out of nowhere, when they cross that belt, I think that those storms are going to be quite severe and also capable of producing tornadoes. We have a lot of storms that
Still holding on to this tornado warning. It's been pared back a little bit more.
Give off to the southeast. This is the
Westerville, you're still in it. Gehanna, you're still in it. Tascola, Johnstown, New Albany, you're all still in
this is
this.
a very similar set of the warm front, the boundary that was in place,
However, for the most part,
in this same area,
eastern
during the
Franklin County, East Columbus,
2004
Reynoldsburg, Whitehall, Bexley areas
that was a big tornado.
are now
situation
out of the
there.
tornado warning
For us,
area.
over here in Kentucky and Tennessee, it was mostly a
On out here to
prolific flooding problem. I think tornado situation is going to be quite
Summerfield,
significant tomorrow
Likely
with
Golf
us as well.
Course,
We're gonna be
Bryce.
like that situation. But we are going to see lots of storms pop up along that warm front. Then we're going to start
Lots
to
of
see
places
storms
out here
that
are
go along,
not
the
included in this tornado warning. This thing's still showing some crazy rotation.
Tornado chances with those. There's going to be lots of different rounds of storms for different areas.
So this guy will get on.
Basically, what I'm seeing here.
He's live streaming, but he is not helping me. Just kind of looking for any damage reports or touchdown reports, tornado touchdown reports. Really not hearing a whole lot of anything right now, despite the fact, let me check, I'm forgetting one of my good resources. Let me see.
To actually refer the owner 35 minutes black Julie and a David Van Gundy, WTO vehicle description.
Yeah. Not seeing a whole lot so far from these sources. Yeah, there's a picture of a tornado near New Bremen, Ohio. It's a pretty good sized tornado, let me tell you. It's a big cone. New Bremen, Ohio, with power flashes. Let's was well, a little over an hour ago. So that's the best thing I've seen so far. That was on the ground near New Bremen. Okay. Yep. Still not seeing a whole lot. Seeing more on yesterday's storms out in Oklahoma. Yeah. Facebook's dropped the ball. Usually I find tons of stuff. I will say that tomorrow, severe weather is still possible, not quite as strong tornado risk as what we've had today. Maybe just right down in the southwestern part of the state. Cincinnati down to around Ironton or Portsmouth, maybe in that area. But right close along and south of the Ohio River, southern Indiana, southern Illinois, back into Missouri and Arkansas. That is the key area for severe weather tomorrow. We can still get a severe thunderstorm or two across parts of central Indiana, central Ohio, central, maybe even central Illinois. Maybe. So, National Weather Service put out an area of focus over in western Ohio, and it ended up working its way right into central Ohio. So I see no storm damage reports or anything yet. A little slow to come tonight. The storm's still showing some pretty big rotation here in getting into now western Licking County in Ohio. I'm looking for maybe to go ahead and expand that on out across Licking County here in just a little bit, because this expires in 1 minute. This tornado warning does. So any minute I'm expecting them to expand this on out across, because it's still got that big nose sticking out here and this big wrap coming back in. This is where rotation gets going. It's still there. Take a peek down here, special weather statements. Right along the line down through here. This is starting to slip down into the Cincinnati area. Still got tornado warnings over here in southern Indiana. So let's see what happens here with this tornado warning as it's set to expire, and they've dropped it. I'm not sure why. Oh, no, they expanded it. It's back. It only dropped for 2 seconds. It is now up for another 30 minutes and extends all the way across the northern 2/3 of Licking County. Newark, you are now in this tornado warning. Alexandria, you are now in this tornado warning. Jersey up to Johnstown, you're still in it. Utica, you're in it now. Hanover, the entire northern 2/3. Heath, you're right on the edge of the tornado warning here, so points just north of you, northern Heath. You guys are all in this new tornado warning that was just put up a moment ago. And it is still showing, like I was saying, some weird, crazy rotation in here. Big nose sticking out here in front. Big in and dent back into the storm back here, which is just right near Johnstown now. And I'll tell you, it's been a wild night. Lots of tornadoes, quite a few touchdowns. This crazy one right here that I kind of expected to touch down over parts of Union County. All that didn't seem to. Ah, well, anyway. Yep. The heavy rains and everything are getting ready to, well, they are entering into Lincoln County. This crazy rotation on this thing here. This nose poking out here and this big, what appears to be an inflow band maybe coming in here. Just hasn't, as far as I can tell, produced a tornado yet. At least sometimes when they get crossover into Licking County like this, they turn one loose. Nothing here that really indicates anything happening. Pretty good hail force here. Southeast of Johnstown, just north of Alexandria. It's going to make its way on out across Licking County, so there's quite a bit of hail in this again. So watch out for that. Quarter size hail to boot, so not monster hail, but hail nonetheless. Yeah. Still going, still showing rotation. This thing's just hanging in there. Hanging in there. Still got a tornado warning, still showing rotation. Excuse me. Still got rain across North Columbus. On the way back into Madison County. Not much of anything. Points to the south here. Lancaster Circle is still relatively dry. London, we've got some on and off rain. Got some more coming. Jeffersonville. Now these are starting to look a little more potent again. But now these are starting to train one behind the other as they flatten out. And this is where flash flood warnings start to come into play. Basically all along here where this line of storms is one training one after the other up through here. We got the same thing back across Indiana here too. There's already flood warnings in place. Still got a tornado warning over here. So go to that Indianapolis radar real quick. Take a look at this. This storm's had a tornado warning with it for quite a while now, since it was clear back on the Illinois border. Let's look at the velocity. And we have a bit of a couplet right there. So that is holding on to a tornado warning for a while. Radar indicated 3/4 inch hail. That is out here near the tail end of these storms. Well, we've got some new ones back into southern Illinois.
Now, smoke me a cigarette right there. Is it safe yet?
I'm still on. We still got tornadoes. Okay, I gotta switch radars again.
Hmm?
There we go. This thing's still got a big hail core on it over here in Licking County. Still got people watching. Okay. Switch to this radar site that's closer. And there we go. Look at that. Right north of Granville, northwest of Newark. Little different view. It looks a little different, but it's still in the same place. Still strong rotation. Still no word of anything touching down that I've been able to find with this insane storm system. I don't even know how that's possible. But Just don't even know how that's possible. Lots of heavy rain, lots of lightning and thunder, lots of rotation. No reports of a tornado touchdown. I think it's come all the way across North Columbus, between Hilliard and Dublin, all the way through the Westerville, Gehenna, and New Albany areas, almost out to Newark now. This has been producing rotation since all the way out here, far western Ohio. I mean, this thing's been going for over 100 miles. It still has not managed to put down a tornado. How do you figure that? Hello there, from the Pataskala area. See you in chat. Didn't notice there was anybody in there because it's been a little slow. The chat's been real slow tonight. Thank you for chiming in. Michelle. And also Talina jumped in there. Thanks, guys. You're in the clear as far as Pataskala goes in this particular storm system with the tornado warning that is just north of you. Pataskala area is right here on the map, and this area of rotation is now past you. It's into northern areas of Newark. Granville is just getting into that area. It's going to continue to move east and head on over towards Hanover and Frazeysburg over in Muskingum County. This thing has maintained this rotation for hours now. It's actually starting to look a little weaker finally. Right there as it approaches 13, north side of Newark, this doesn't look quite so crazy anymore. We are on a different radar site. We're out of the reach of the one radar site we were on. I don't think Cleveland is going to do us a lot of good. We can try it. Let's go to their velocity. Yeah, still showing a little bit of rotation back here, but that's back here. What we were seeing on the close in, well, that radar's pretty far away too. That close by radar will be a little more pinpoint. Cleveland radar is just too far away to see it very well. That one's getting a lot of noise too. Radars are picking up a lot of noise for whatever reason. We're still in this upper 60s and low 70s across the area. Temperatures are still kind of warm, and it's very, very humid. Very, very humid. Well, that's got a pretty good look right here now. North of Newark. Go back to the Wilmington radar. This whole area down here is going to get soaked. This is they're getting a lot of rain down there. These storms are trying to train across here, and just like back over here like they did earlier. This is all going to probably start seeing flash flood warnings a little bit later here. I'm surprised it hasn't already, really. It's still got rain back into the north end of Columbus from this monster supercell that's starting to show signs of giving up a little bit. Still has a hail core up here north of Newark. Rotation is right in here beside of it, which is usually the case. Usually right in beside of it. This is getting pretty far from that Wilmington radar site. Fun, huh? What a fun day. I've been following these storms since 3 o'clock. And it's now 11:30. 11:32 Eastern Daylight Time. And we're still holding on to one big tornado warning for northern Licking County. And we still got this little one down here in southern Indiana, here in Guthrie, north of Bedford. So that is south of Bloomington, Indiana. Take a look, see if we can find anything else. A lot of this other storm activity has gone away. There were some other warnings and watches and stuff out here, but I'm not seeing much of anything. I don't know what that is going on up here in Canada. Might be a blizzard up here in Canada, you know. Warnings, places like Oklahoma and Texas and Nebraska and Kansas and out there where they out there in Tornado Alley where they usually have all this stuff, and they did yesterday. It all quickly made its way over into the Great Lakes and Ohio Valley here today. Quickly made it up here. I think I'm gonna can't believe they still got this stuff. I can't believe that thing's still going like this. Still got good rotation in here. Just still trying to keep rotation. Right up here in the same place. It's been sitting right here in the same area for a while now. Let's go to this closer radar, see if we can get another look at it. I think it's starting to lose some of that now. It looks like that rotation in that storm is finally going to wind down. It was right in here. It was showing up pretty good. Right here, just on the north edge of Newark. And Doesn't look too bad now. I think we're gonna finally lose this tornado warning. I think this thing's gonna finally give it up. Well, maybe. Let's watch this couple of more radar scans. We're still trying to see some rotation up in here and maybe a little bit over here, northwest and northeast of Newark. Wilkins Run, right in that area. We may have a little bit of rotation still hanging on right there. And then Fredonia, just south of Fredonia. Maybe trying to hold on to a little bit of rotation there. But all in all, I think it's trying to break up a little bit. Still got a lot of lightning on it. There's lightning all across there. Give this another 10 minutes and I bet they drop this tornado warning. It's only good for another 8 minutes anyway. I think that's probably going to be the end of this tornado warning. They may go ahead and put out a severe thunderstorm warning out in here for the thunderstorm. It's good at long range. Even that doesn't look too impressive on this radar. This radar isn't really getting it done. Really not showing the rain that's on up into Licking County up here above Newark. So let's go down here and pick up the Wilmington radar again. Need one more good radar site. Delaware County, northern Delaware County or something. Maybe up here around Mansfield. Be a good location for another radar. Fill in that gap. There's a gap between all these radar sites. There's still a lot of rain in there from northeastern areas of Columbus through Gahanna and on out into Licking County. Again, 5 minutes left on this tornado warning. I don't see it coming back. I just don't see it coming back after this. I think once this expires, they're going to let it go. I think they're going to go ahead and let this thing expire. I've done that before and turn around 20 minutes, half hour later, the storm picked it up and picked up some steam and produced a tornado over in Muskingum County here a few weeks ago. Again, severe weather outlook for Wednesday. Mostly in the southern and southwestern parts of the state of Ohio. southern Indiana and southern Illinois, back into Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, back into Arkansas. That's going to be your big storm areas tomorrow. We could see a little something around here. We could get a pop-up severe storm tomorrow evening, but tornado threat tomorrow is going to be much less than it has been today. Again, there's been quite a number of tornado touchdowns from southern Michigan and northern Indiana down through western Ohio and into southwestern Ohio and southern Indiana. I know of at least 5 confirmed tornadoes on the ground, several of those, at least 3 of those in Ohio. And probably more than that, probably about 7 or 8, because up here around the Indiana-Michigan state lines, up to about Kalamazoo, Michigan, north of Fort Wayne, all the way over to Portage, near Erie, or Gary, Indiana, there's been probably 4 or 5 confirmed tornado touchdowns just in that area alone. And then 2 or 3 here in west and northwest Ohio, and then a couple more down here in southern Ohio and southwest Ohio. Observed tornadoes on the ground. 3 minutes left on this tornado warning. Let's see if they extend it or if they let it expire. I'm kind of thinking expire, because really just doesn't quite look like it did. This line is pretty much flat straight across now, instead of having that big nose that was poking out and big inflow wrap trying to wrap back in it. There's still a little bit there, but nothing like what it was earlier. And now it's out there on the fringe of the radar range. And I don't know, we still got a little bit of it now that the radar updated. It's still there a little bit. Still got a little bit of that nose poking out there. There's a lot more broken now. And then we got this, what looks like an inflow band trying to flow back up into the core of the storm here. That storm's been a powerful machine coming across Ohio today. Powerful storm.
So right now in Licking County in Newark, you're about to see the tornado warning. It's scheduled to expire at 11:45. We're going to give it about another 15 seconds and see what happens there. Newark itself is south of the strongest part of that rotation. There it goes. So our friends in Wellington have allowed the Licking County tornado warning to expire.
Yep, it has expired. The Licking County tornado warning has been allowed to expire, as I thought it might. Do they add a new one? If they do, it won't take them but a minute here to add a new tornado warning out here if they do. I don't believe that's going to be the case. There really isn't much of a hail threat left in this storm either. Let's look at, I know, go here. Get a 3D look at this thing. Still got some pretty high cloud tops. They don't look like they were as high as they was earlier, but they're still on there. Let's see if we can get echo tops with that. Not really. Yeah, the tops of lowered. This one up here by Mansfield has higher cloud tops than the Licking County storm, so I think we're going to lose the storm threat there. We still got a little bit of activity down here in parts of southern and southwest Ohio, Hillsboro area, Greenfield, and stretching out across southern Indiana here. I don't think we even have that tornado warning over there anymore. So the tornado threat is diminishing, kind of as I figured it would, all across here, as that line began to flatten out on an more east to west lane. I'm gonna summarize that one more time like I did earlier. Earlier, the storms were here. I gotta zoom out a little bit more. Okay, we'll slide that over. We can go a little closer than that. We don't need Missouri. Okay. When the severe weather all got started, we kind of had storms from around the Chicago area, wrapping back clear around here and into almost St. Louis. And as this went on, the storms kind of began to flatten out. But when they got right up in here, this nose that was, I seen a forecaster forecast that area in southern Michigan and northern Indiana produced a number of tornado touchdowns right there. There was even a tornado emergency for a time, and several confirmed tornadoes on the ground. When that was all starting to wind down, the tornado warnings began to pop all along the Ohio-Indiana border and back into this area here from Terre Haute, Indiana. That's all the way up through here. And I think we have a new thunderstorm warning. I'll get to it in just a minute. Then I was thinking this is all going to flatten out all the way out in this direction toward Cleveland, and when it does, we will start losing our tornado threat, and that appears to be exactly what is happening here. So I made that call earlier this evening, probably about 3 hours ago, even 2 hours ago at least. They did put out a new severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Muskingum County and Coshocton County for 60-mile-an-hour winds and 3/4 inch hail, and also a special weather statement for what's left of the storm in Licking County. And this is a flash flood warning. 1 to 2 inches of rain expected in 1 hour. Let's get out of this echo tops. Go back to this was going to dump a lot of rain up in here in this flash flood area. So still got a lot of heavy rain with it. No more tornado warning. Severe thunderstorm warning for northern Muskingum and southern, well, large part of Coshocton County up there. And then back down here, this really hasn't changed a whole lot. Pike County and parts of Ross County, back into Highland County. A severe thunderstorm warning there. Big special weather statement area over here. This is gonna just be a gusty storm with a lot of rain. I'm really surprised there isn't a flash flood warning or something down in here now. I mean, this has been going on for a while. Right across that same area. And this is hilly country down here too, so when you get a lot of rain in them hills and it starts gushing down in them valleys, and a lot of the roads are in them valleys down there, and they tend to flood pretty quickly. I've seen it with my own eyes. I haven't been there and done that. So anyway, maybe a couple of more severe thunderstorm warnings here this evening. I really feel like the tornado threat is starting to shut down. There could be another tornado warning or so with some of these. They are still some relatively powerful storms, especially up here. This one right here is still pretty strong. As it starts to move over into Coshocton County and Muskingum County, we'll take another look at velocity. Yeah, there's still a little bit going on here. There's still a little bit of rotation right there in northeastern Licking County. There is still a little bit of rotation with this thing. Surging in here, trying to come back around this way. So, you know, if you're over there in Coshocton County and Muskingum County, there in northeastern parts of Ohio, just keep an eye out for maybe a tornado warning. Maybe. Not much left down here but flood warnings in this part of the state. Over here into parts of Ross County and Pike County, Highland County. Some strong gusty winds are in there, but I don't see any real rotation. So I think the tornado threat has gotten a bit lower here in the last hour. Since about 11 o'clock, it's been looking less and less a problem. So I think I'm going to call it a night. If there's anybody left watching out there, have a good evening. Thanks for watching. I picked up a couple of more subscribers at least. Thank you. And we'll do this again soon.